A lot of afro hair stays dry and struggles to retain moisture because you're not doing this step. Think about every time you go to the salon and you go for a treatment, what do they do? What do they do, class? They put you under a steamer, don't they? I wonder why. What is the best wash day routine for afro hair? Oh, I'm excited about this one because this is where I really shine. The amount of information I've got from trichologists, dermatologists, curl specialists, oh my gosh, my brain is... And I've put it all in here, FYI, plug. This is my book, How to Love Your Afro. I'm gonna use this book to guide you on exactly how you can get the most amazing results on wash day. And I promise you there's gonna be things in this video you have not heard before. Or maybe you've heard before, but not in this detail. We use science around here. Okay, I'm gonna tell you exactly what I do every single wash day, and it's been guided by trichologists and my current dermatologist based on the science of how afro hair retains moisture and what we need to do to ensure we can hold on to it for longer than we have ever held on to it before. Wash day only needs to do 4 things correctly. Cleanse the scalp, hydrate the strands, allow products, treatments, or masks to actually penetrate the hair shaft, and then seal everything in. When people say they find wash day stressful, I find that it's either because they just don't like their hair. No judgment. I used to hate mine, and I've done a video on this already. Check the description. I'll put the link in there for you. Or it's because they've overcomplicated those 4 easy steps and now they're trying to skip or rush through them. I always start by shampooing my hair twice. The first shampoo, we focus on the scalp. We use the pads of our fingers, not our nails. That will cause you to create little abrasions and tiny little scratches on your scalp, which obviously will then become inflamed over time, so don't do that. Pads of your fingers. And we focus here first because this is where the buildup lives. The first type of shampoo I will use is either deeply cleansing or a clarifying shampoo. It will all depend on how much product I've used the previous week. I am not scrubbing aggressively, I am just being thorough. I am focusing on my entire scalp. I'm focused on making cleansing a more active step than a lot of people do at the moment. So we are actually lifting the dirt, the product buildup, and any debris from the environment. So when we move on to the next step, which is conditioning, we have a clean base to work with. Then I shampoo again. This time I focus more on the hair itself, and I often will use a moisturizing or a conditioning shampoo for this step. I'll take the time to gently smooth the shampoo through my hair strands, making sure I'm constantly being gentle and I'm not being rough or rubbing too hard, because any unnecessary friction at this step is going to have you losing too much hair in the wash bowl in the next step. See those videos where people talking about, oh, this is the hair I lost on wash day? I promise you, a lot of times they could have lost maybe half of that. Once my hair and scalp are thoroughly cleansed, and only then, I will make sure my hair is soaking wet and will condition it generously. I do not scrimp on the amount of conditioner I use. The more conditioner, the better. And then I'll take my time to slowly detangle gently in sections, starting from the end of the hair, working my way up to the top. For anybody who wants to see my video on how to retain as much length as possible, where I talk about how to detangle correctly, then the link is down in the description. However, these are my 2 favorite detangling tools. This is from Big Nanny's Hair Products, and it is beautiful and has absolutely no snags, so I don't get any ripping when I'm using this. And this is the Felicia Leatherwood, and it is a stunning specimen of a detangling brush. This is my favorite detangling brush on the planet. I put links to both of these below. Now, the detangling is where your patience really matters, because this is where most of the experts I've spoke to when writing my book, How to Love Your Afro, say we lose most of our hair on wash day. The more time you take when you're detangling, the less hair you're gonna lose later on. Making sure when you detangle gently, your hair is soaking wet and literally lathered in conditioner will help you to reduce breaking, shedding, and honestly will set the tone for the rest of your wash day routine. Now, this next step is where most of you guys may be falling short. Once my hair is completely detangled, soaking wet with conditioner and water, I will then go in with gentle heat. One of these. This is my brand. I made this. Team Texture, TT He Hat. This right here is about to change your life. When my hair is conditioned and soaking wet, I'll take a shower cap like this. Yeah, we're doing real-time demonstrations today. Then I take my TT headband because honestly, I take my skincare quite seriously. And I don't want all of the ting from the headpiece coming and dripping down into my face, giving me spots. Plug it in, just like this. Nice and simple. There we go. No more plastic bag for you. Okay, we've evolved. Then you just select your time and your temperature, sit back and relax. Cock up your foot and do whatever you want to do, because you'll have 20 to 30 minutes of serious deep penetration that will be happening up here to allow the product to actually get inside your hair, as opposed to just sitting on the surface and evaporating. This is where the magic happens, and it's the step that most people will miss, and a lot of people with afro and curly hair really could do with. Every single expert I have spoken to has backed this method as the key for people with afro hair to actually retain more moisture for longer periods of time. Think about every time you go to the salon and you go for a treatment, what do they do? What do they do, class? They put you under a steamer, don't they? I wonder why. It's the heat, that's why. They need the cuticle scales that protect the outer layer of your hair strand to swell and lift to allow more of the goodness from the product and the water to get inside the hair. That way your hair will be repaired and conditioned from the inside out. A lot of Afro hair stays dry and struggles to retain moisture because you're not doing this step. It's not that your products aren't very good, it's that a lot of them are struggling to penetrate as deep as they need to get to the cortex, which is the innermost part of the hair strand. My hair stays soft all the time. I don't actually remember the last time I said that my hair was dry. I really don't. And it was always dry, trust me. Heat works with every single type of conditioner, all the way down to the 2-minute rinse out ones. Then once you've finished your heat hat treatment, do not rinse out. Wait, stop. Let the hair cool down. This is again a scientific piece of advice that I have been given from every single curl specialist who either sells a TT heat hat to their clients or uses a TT heat hat on their clients in salon. It allows the cuticle scales on the outer layer of our hair to contract and slowly close down, which is such an important step to ensure that we are locking and properly sealing in all of the water, the moisture, and the ingredients from that product. I'll then rinse with lukewarm or cool water to continue encouraging that process of the cuticles closing down, using my fingers to smooth the hair downwards to continue sealing the moisture in. Here's a little tip for you guys from my new book, How to Love Your Afro, that I don't hear a lot of people say it. Probably because those who sell products make a lot more money if they don't say it, but I think this will definitely help you guys as you go into your next wash day. For those of you that have the book at home, it's chapter 13, Building Your Wash Day Routine. Deep conditioners are created as a prescriptive measure to help solve dryness issues and are not actually required regularly if you feel your afro doesn't need that level of conditioning. Simple, good quality rinse out conditioner is sufficient to keep your curls conditioned, especially as you're building your skills and mastering your wash day routine, especially if you're applying heat. Applying heat, as I said, will help even the most basic conditioners to penetrate deeper and make it more effective. If you want to get direct support from me personally or gain access to more educational content like this and get discounts and offers from hair care brands, hair care professionals, trichologists and dermatologists that can help you on your journey that I trust and recommend myself, check the description for how you can join my brand new initiative, Afro January, that I am currently running this month to give everyone's afro a little reset ready for the year ahead. And you can learn more information about how you can buy yourself one of my team texture heat hats, or if you want more information on my brand new book, How to Love Your Afro, and where you can purchase it from, I've put all the links and information down there. And make sure you are subscribed, ready for tomorrow's video where I answer the question, why won't my curls define no matter how much product I use? 7 blessings. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.